And you guys are actually giving opportunities now for incarcerated youth coming out of prison, an opportunity not only for work but also to regain their life to some extent. So, can you talk us through what Confit Pathways is actually doing now to change the lives of those?
Yeah, so Confit Pathways is a Australian registered charity with the DGR1 status. Our mission is to reduce the rates of recidivism of young people that are currently incarcerated through pathways to employment, education, and wraparound support. We're a fitness-based organization, so we deliver fitness programs to be able to relate and break down any barriers that there may be between the mentors and the young people over the 9-week period. And through that program, while these young people are incarcerated, they learn things around goal setting, having a positive mindset, such as goal setting, gratitude, self-worth, self-belief, the value of employment and education. And we create a really, really strong bond. And then once these young people are released into the community, it's a through care model. So when they come out, they receive ongoing mentoring support out in the community through fitness. Now we're about to open up a gym, so they're going to be able to come to the gym every day. And also, remember, I talked to you about being that bridge between the two societies. So they get to mingle with our paying members in the community, so they get to have a different circle of people around them that they would have never been able to kind of interact with otherwise. And that's a way of integrating them back into society. And we also help them to find jobs in different industries. That's not always fitness industry, we can, but it could range from construction, rail, hospitality, whatever it is, and we help them to find employment in these industries as well. And obviously ongoing wraparound support by lived experience mentors. So that's what Confit Pathways does. Around education as well, we really promote our young people to pursue a pathway in education, and we've got that partnership with the University of New South Wales where they provide full scholarships to young people. The thing is, a lot of these, when we come across these really, really talented young people, it's heartbreaking because they've got so much potential, but they fall back into the traps of when they get released. They have, a lot of domestic issues at home. It's just the environment of their brothers, their dad, they're all coming in and out of jail. It's just the circle of friends that they have around them. And I see them, I go, man, some of these kids, like they could be the next president, like the next prime minister, like they've got that potential, but it's hard to nurture them when they're living in this environment. So we also in this scholarship, it's on-campus accommodation as well. So we want to plug them out of their environment, put them into a very positive environment where they're supported and nurtured around academia and having that lifestyle of being able to study and try new things, and having an open mindset around new environments and new cultures, and that's what we're trying to promote as well. So that's the partnership that we have with UNSW and the scholarship stream through Confit Pathways.
That's awesome. And you've also partnered with G'd Up, I think it is, through Confit Gym as well. So how are you working with those guys to establish a connection with the young?
Yeah, so G'd Up's always had a strong culture with their following. And they're a street label brand, but there was a bit of an issue of a lot of young people getting arrested wearing G'd Up merch, and G'd Up is all about street culture, but they're not about supporting or endorsing criminal activities. All right. So they wanted to have a stance in this to show all their followers that's not what we're about. We're about supporting the community in a positive way through culture, right? So they wanted to partner up with a charity that had a similar social purpose mission, which was us. And they donated $250,000 through the sale of one of their drops to support in establishing this gym to be able to mentor young people coming out the justice system. And it's a pretty cool brand alignment as well. It's very connected in that we share very similar values between the two organizations. So it was just a natural fit.
And I think one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was we talked about Natalie and her role at UNSW, and initially you had that first lecture, and it was ironically just like your first day at jail, where you had that massive violent conflict at the phone booth. And then your first lecture at university is on social change,
Yeah.
and helping reduce recidivism and also homelessness and disadvantaged youths in prison. Now, Dr. Ali Walker, who was actually doing that lecture, so she introduced you to the Centre for Social Impact, and Confit was eventually born.
Yep.
And now it's actually been used as a case study for the MBA program at UNSW, which is massive as well.
Yep. Yeah, so it's actually started off as Dr. Ali Walker introducing me to some MBA students and getting my idea on as part of an MBA project. And they helped us to formulate what Confit is as a social enterprise today. And it was quite interesting to be able to delve into the minds of all these MBA students, doing matrix mapping and like future strategies and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was very interesting, like to know about the social impact side, more about how do we measure our social impact, what is a theory of change and like all that kind of stuff. So it was a different world that I didn't understand, but which now that's our bread and butter these days.